Welcome to our channel, where rare coins reveal their hidden stories and astonishing values. Hidden in plain sight, one of the rarest quarter dollars quietly stuns collectors across the globe. Let's uncover its secret. Make sure to watch till the end, because this coin's true worth will leave you speechless. The 1974 United States quarter dollar D coin might seem like an ordinary piece of change, small, silver-toned, and likely passed from hand to hand countless times without a second thought. But, as with so many everyday objects in life, what seems ordinary at a glance can hold a story that's anything but. This humble coin, minted in the roaring halls of the Denver Mint in a turbulent year of American history, has become a surprising gem in the eyes of numismatists and collectors alike. And for those who know what to look for, the 1974 D quarter is far more than pocket change. It's a portal into a past era and a symbol of remarkable, and unexpected, value. To understand its significance, we have to step back into the world it was born into. The year was 1974, an era of social and political upheaval. Richard Nixon was in his final year as president, as the Watergate scandal darkened the nation's faith in its leadership. The Vietnam War was still fresh in the national psyche, inflation was beginning to climb, and Americans were increasingly uneasy about the economy and the future. Yet despite these looming tensions, daily life carried on. People went to work, sent their children to school, and dropped coins into vending machines or soda fountains, coins like the 1974 D quarter. This coin, like many before and after it, carried the profile of George Washington on the obverse, an image sculpted by John Flanagan and used since 1932. His expression was calm, wise, and unwavering, a face that had watched over America through decades of change. The reverse of the coin featured a regal eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows and framed by olive branches, representing the balance of power and peace. There were no state outlines or dramatic designs, just the classic simplicity of the quarter that Americans had known for generations, minted at the Denver Mint, as denoted by the small D beneath Washington's neck. The 1974 D quarter was one of over 350 million quarters struck that year at this facility alone. On the surface, that sounds far from rare. It's easy to assume that a coin with such a high production number would be common, even disposable. And in a way, it was. Millions of those coins entered circulation, used daily for bus fares, coffee, newspapers, and payphones. But what few realized at the time was that a handful of those coins, hidden in that massive ocean of metal, were destined to become legendary. Rarity in coin collecting isn't always about how many were made. It's about how many survived, untouched, undamaged, and perfect. Most coins, as we know, are handled relentlessly. They're dropped, rubbed, stacked, and scraped. Their luster fades, their edges wear down, and their details soften. But once in a while, a coin avoids all of that. It might be set aside the day it was minted, kept safely in a drawer, or discovered in an untouched roll decades later. And when one of those coins happens to be a 1974 D quarter in mint state, the story takes a dramatic turn. Grading plays a critical role in determining a coin's value. Coins are evaluated on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. A coin graded as MS, mint state, means it has never been in circulation. A grade of MS 65 is already impressive. But MS 68? That's a level of preservation so rare, so pristine, it defies the odds. Only a tiny fraction of coins ever achieve that level, especially those minted for everyday use. In the case of the 1974 D quarter, one such coin did exactly that. Preserved flawlessly, with no visible wear, sharp detailing, and full original luster, it earned an MS 68 grade from a respected grading authority. When this coin reached the auction block, it didn't go unnoticed. Collectors and investors alike recognized it immediately for what it was, a near-mythical find. The bidding was intense, emotions ran high, and in the end, the hammer fell at an astonishing price, $126,000. Just imagine it, a coin once intended for parking meters or arcade games, now enshrined in protective casing, its value multiplied over 500,000 times. This wasn't just a sale. It was a moment of transformation, when something ordinary crossed into the realm of the extraordinary. Of course, the monetary value is only part of the story. What truly captivates collectors is the journey behind such coins. Where did it spend the last 5 decades? Who first set it aside, and why? Was it part of someone's change from a corner store in Denver? Was it tucked away unknowingly in a coin jar for years? Or was it instantly recognized as something special and protected for generations? These are the mysteries that add layers of romance and intrigue to coin collecting, and then there's the possibility of error coins. The 1974 D isn't known for widespread striking errors, but anomalies do exist. Some have been discovered with minor misalignments, double dies, or faintly doubled lettering. To the average person, these details might go unnoticed, but to collectors, they mean everything. Error coins are highly sought after not because they're flawed, but because they're unique. They break the mold, literally, and offer collectors a one-of-a-kind piece that no other coin can match. Next, rare quarter, now turning to a coin easily overlooked in day-to-day life, yet behind its plain appearance lies a story few expect. The 1983 quarter dollar from the Philadelphia Mint might seem ordinary at first glance, but its hidden value and elusive condition make it a prize among collectors. 1983 wasn't a glamorous year in U.S. coinage. The economy was slowly recovering, and the mint's focus was on speed and quantity rather than care and precision. Millions of coins rolled off the presses, but corners were cut, literally and figuratively. The design of this coin was nothing new. The obverse displays George Washington's profile with "Liberty" above and "In God We Trust" to the left, while the date rests below. On the reverse, the American eagle spreads its wings atop a bundle of arrows with an olive wreath just beneath. It's the design everyone was used to. But this was no ordinary quarter. In 1983, the U.S. Mint made a significant decision: no official uncirculated mint sets were issued. Typically, these sets preserved coins in pristine condition for collectors. That year, however, if you wanted a fresh 1983 coin, you had to pull it from circulation, and fast. Once released, quarters were battered by vending machines, pockets, cash registers, and hands. Philadelphia struck over 673 million quarters that year. The vast majority were heavily used and quickly worn. What sets the 1983 P quarter apart isn't its rarity in quantity, but in quality. Clean, high-grade examples are exceptionally hard to find. The lack of mint sets meant collectors couldn't rely on sealed sources for crisp coins. They were left to search in circulation, where wear and scratches were the norm. Finding a coin untouched by time became a near impossible challenge. Another factor pushing the 1983 P quarter into collector lore is the "spitting eagle" variety. Caused by a small die flaw, it appears as though something projects from the eagle's beak, a visual oddity that has become quite popular among enthusiasts. While not every 1983 P quarter shows this, those that do are instantly recognized and hunted down. What amplifies its significance is how this coin became a benchmark for modern rarity. While earlier coins often gained value due to age or low mintage, this one proves that scarcity can come from neglect. Millions were made, but few were saved. That's the twist. Most examples are found in grades like AU, about uncirculated, or low mint state, MS60, MS63. But collectors chasing high-grade sets demand excellence, MS66, MS67, sometimes even MS68. And here's where the hunt gets intense. Grading services such as PCGS and NGC receive thousands of submissions yearly, yet MS67 1983 P quarters are few. And MS68s? Practically unheard of. The challenge lies not just in finding one, but in recognizing it before it disappears into another collection. Stories have surfaced about collectors stumbling across gem-quality examples in old rolls, or from forgotten jars stored decades ago. These moments spark hope in the community, proof that treasures still exist, even if buried under everyday coins. Toning also plays a role. A 1983 P quarter with natural rainbow hues, subtle golds, blues, purples, can draw extra attention and value. That kind of toning isn't created, it's earned through decades of quiet aging in the right environment. Many collectors report spending years searching for one. Some never find it. Others recount the thrill of finally spotting one in a dealer's bin or inside a forgotten coin folder from their youth. The excitement comes from rarity in plain sight, something the average person might mistake for pocket change. As awareness has grown, so has the competition. Years ago, a solid 1983 P might go unnoticed or be casually flipped for a few bucks. Today, those same coins spark bidding wars. Coin shows, auctions, and online platforms are filled with people hoping to secure one of the few pristine survivors, and while mint errors or die varieties add value, the true core of this coin's rise lies in its clean examples, those sharp strikes with full details, minimal marks, and fresh luster. They are scarce because no one thought to save them when they were new. The 1983 P quarter teaches collectors a vital lesson: modern coins matter. Just because it was minted recently doesn't mean it's not valuable. The circumstances surrounding its production and circulation have made it a modern classic. One story tells of a collector who searched for nearly 15 years before landing an MS-67 example. Another stumbled upon one by chance while going through change for fun. In both cases, the discovery was unforgettable, and here's what it all builds toward: this one coin, from an ordinary year, from a mint known for quantity, not rarity, has become a legend. A high-grade example with sharp detail, frosty luster, and a nearly flawless surface recently appeared at auction. Collectors knew what they were looking at. The bids came in fast. The excitement was electric. When the hammer fell, it was official: this 1983 P quarter, once just a simple piece of change, sold for an astounding $110,000. A coin that many wouldn't give a second glance in daily life became a six-figure treasure. Proof that value isn't always tied to age or silver content, but to scarcity, condition, and timing. Check your change. Look at the dates. Examine the details. Because sometimes, the rarest coins aren't locked away, they're still out there, waiting to be found. Next, valuable coin, tucked within ordinary pockets, loose change trays, and dusty drawers. Some coins hide stories that defy expectations. The 1985 quarter dollar bearing the P mint mark is a prime example. Its subtle rarity, unexpected condition hurdles, and overlooked background elevated into the spotlight of numismatic intrigue. This coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, entered circulation at a time when the American economy was stable, yet unremarkable. The country was in a post-recession phase, industries were evolving, and coin production was largely routine. Yet this very routine created conditions that would make pristine 1985 P quarters nearly vanish in the decades to come. Philadelphia produced hundreds of millions of quarters that year. Machines worked around the clock, rapidly pressing coins with George Washington's profile on the front and the heraldic eagle on the reverse. Nothing about the design was new. The obverse still bore the iconic Washington portrait by John Flanagan, unchanged since 1932, while the reverse displayed the same eagle clutching arrows with wings spread wide. But 1985 lacked something crucial: preservation. Mint sets were issued, but like most sets from the mid-80s, they were not sealed to the highest protective standards. Even those preserved coins often showed contact marks, dull surfaces, or minor imperfections straight from the presses. The average collector didn't think twice about saving a fresh 1985 quarter. Why would they? It looked like every other coin, and so, quarter after quarter fell into circulation. Into soda machines, change jars, laundromats, gas stations. None were spared from daily use. As they moved through the world, their edges dulled. Their details wore down. Their luster faded. Fast forward to collectors in the present day, those searching for high-quality 1985 P quarters began to realize a surprising truth: finding one in top condition was far more difficult than anticipated. This wasn't because the coin was rare in quantity, but because it was rare in survival. The combination of mass production and general indifference led to a severe shortage of premium-grade examples. Coin grading experts noticed this pattern. Submissions to services like PCGS and NGC showed that very few 1985 P quarters graded above MS-65. MS-66 examples were elusive. MS-67 was nearly a myth. With each new submission, hope flickered, but was often met with disappointment. Small scratches, weak strikes, or slight blemishes knocked the grades down. Again and again, and then came the unexpected surge in demand. Collectors who once ignored modern quarters began building registry sets, collections graded and ranked by condition. To complete a top-tier set, one needed a high-grade 1985 P. Suddenly, the coin that nobody saved became the coin that everyone wanted. This shift in perspective brought fresh energy to the hunt. Dealers started pulling rolls from storage. Enthusiasts scoured estate sales. Entire boxes of circulated quarters were examined for that one elusive gem, a coin that had somehow escaped wear, time, and neglect. Die deterioration was common that year, leading to weak strikes and muddled details. The dies, responsible for stamping designs onto the coin blanks, were pushed to their limits, often beyond. As a result, many 1985 P quarters show less definition around the hair, the eagle's feathers, or the edges of the lettering. This makes sharply struck examples even more desirable. Then there are the die varieties. Collectors began noticing subtle differences between coins, doubled letters, minor die clashes, odd spacing in quarter dollar. While not widespread, these quirks added a layer of depth to the coin's narrative. Market trends also played a role. As coin collecting shifted from focusing solely on older, silver-era pieces to include more modern entries, coins like the 1985 P were re-evaluated. No longer dismissed as too recent or too common, they were seen as survivors of an era that overlooked their potential. This quarter, overlooked in its time, has become a litmus test for what collectors value today: condition, context, and challenge, and that challenge continues. Finding a top-condition 1985 P isn't just difficult, it's a mission. It requires patience, knowledge, and a little bit of luck. Every coin show, every online auction, every inherited collection offers a slim chance. That thrill of pursuit keeps collectors returning to the hunt. Grading services now list MS-67 examples as among the toughest to secure. Population reports remain staggeringly low. And when they do appear for sale, prices spike dramatically. The market has spoken. What was once loose change is now a numismatic prize, and now comes the moment this journey has built toward. A 1985 quarter dollar with the P mint mark, preserved in pristine MS-67 condition, recently crossed the auction block. Under bright lights, it shimmered with untouched luster. The bidding was fierce. The excitement palpable. By the time the gavel struck, it had reached a stunning final price of $104,000. Proof that some coins, once ordinary, can defy expectation. Keep checking your change. The next hidden gem may be closer than you think, and that wraps up this rare quarter. Stay with us for the next unbelievable discovery. Next up, we have the 1994 USA quarter dollar P, a coin that tells a story beyond its face, a piece that quietly holds a special place among collectors and numismatists alike. Minted in Philadelphia, this quarter is far from ordinary. Though it shares the familiar image of George Washington, beneath its surface lies a series of subtle features and rare variations that have captured the attention of experts and enthusiasts. The design of this quarter continues the legacy of John Flanagan's original portrait from 1932, a classic that has remained a symbol of American coinage for decades. Yet, the 1994 Philadelphia quarter holds more than just tradition. It reveals small anomalies and minting quirks that elevate its status. These include mint errors like doubling on the letters, slight misalignments during striking, and other nuanced details only visible to the keen observer. These imperfections, while minor to the casual eye, become defining characteristics for serious collectors, distinguishing an ordinary coin from a valuable treasure. In 1994, the Philadelphia Mint was operating with advanced technology but still faced the challenges of producing millions of coins without flaw. Despite stringent quality controls, occasional imperfections slipped through the cracks, resulting in rare coins that now serve as historical artifacts, showcasing the intricacies of coin production at that time. The minting process itself is a marvel of precision, yet the slightest deviation can create a collectible anomaly. Each error tells a unique story of the coin's journey from raw metal to prized possession. Condition plays a crucial role in the desirability of this quarter. Many of these coins entered circulation and show signs of wear, but those that remained in pristine, uncirculated condition with sharp details and vibrant luster stand out. Coins graded MS-65 and higher by professional services are particularly sought after and command significantly higher prices among collectors. The presence of original mint luster, sharp rims, and clean fields dramatically increases a coin's appeal and market value. The P mint mark signifies its origin in Philadelphia, where millions of quarters were minted that year. However, within this common production run, coins featuring specific die errors or exceptionally high grades are extremely limited, creating a unique niche for collectors hunting these rarities. It's this very scarcity amid abundance that fuels the coin's allure. Market demand for these distinctive 1994 Philadelphia quarters has surged as more collectors recognize their special characteristics. Auction results highlight growing bids for coins certified with mint errors or outstanding condition grades. Reputable grading services such as PCGS and NGC have validated these coins as valuable collectibles, further driving their appeal. The certification process adds a layer of trust and security, reassuring buyers of a coin's authenticity and grade. Beyond technical details and rarity, this coin resonates emotionally with many collectors. It reflects a period of American history marked by cultural and economic changes, offering a tangible connection to the past. For those who experienced the 1990s, this quarter carries memories and nostalgia, enhancing its sentimental worth. It's a symbol of an era, one that saw rapid change but also held on to tradition. Physically, this quarter maintains standard specifications, weighing 5.67 grams with a copper-nickel clad composition over a pure copper core, measuring 24.26 mm in diameter and 1.75 mm thick. These consistent dimensions ensure the coin's practicality while also preserving its collectible qualities. The detailed reeded edge, designed to deter counterfeiting, adds to the tactile satisfaction collectors appreciate. Some specimens exhibit die clashes, an unusual minting occurrence where the dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving faint ghost-like impressions on the coin's surface. These die clash marks, considered errors, often increase collector interest and market value due to their rarity. Each die clash is unique, making these coins one-of-a-kind artifacts from the mint floor. Among the various quarters minted in 1994, the Philadelphia P mint mark version stands out for its subtle distinctions and the collector excitement it generates. While other mints produced quarters that year, the particular errors and high-grade specimens from Philadelphia have carved out a special reputation. Collectors often seek these out, not only for their potential value but for the story behind their creation. Bringing all these elements together, the value of this coin has reached remarkable heights. Rare, mint condition 1994 $quarter P coins with verified errors and exceptional quality have climbed in market price, reaching an impressive $87,000. This figure highlights how a coin's condition, rarity, and history combine to create extraordinary value. This striking valuation underscores the blend of scarcity, superior condition, and historical significance that this coin embodies. It proves how an everyday object can transform into a prized treasure under the right circumstances. Each coin is a snapshot of history, and the 1994 $quarter P stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of American numismatics. The 1998 United States $quarter D coin, struck at the Denver Mint, carries more than just its face value of 25 cents. To most people, it's just another piece of loose change, easy to overlook, quickly spent, or lost in the depths of an old drawer. But in the world of coin collecting, numismatics, this unassuming quarter tells a story of rarity, legacy, and unexpected fortune. Look closely and you'll see the familiar face of George Washington, America's first president. His profile, calm and commanding, was designed by sculptor John Flanagan and has graced the quarter since 1932. Decades may pass, but Washington's portrait remains a symbol of strength and continuity in American life. And yet, behind that familiar face, the 1998 D quarter hides a unique significance. The D under Washington's neck stands for Denver, one of the major minting facilities in the United States. In 1998, over 821 million Washington quarters were produced at the Denver Mint. It was the final full year before a major shift in American coinage, the beginning of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, which would transform the reverse design of the quarter and attract millions of new collectors. This makes the 1998 D quarter not just another coin, it's a symbolic bridge between the old and the new. That sense of transition is key. The 1998 D quarter represents the final breath of a long-standing era in U.S. coinage, a design unchanged for decades, preparing to make way for a flood of new images representing every corner of the nation. The eagle on the reverse, wings spread in proud posture, would soon be replaced by depictions of state icons, landmarks, and slogans. That shift captured the public imagination, but it also made coins like the 1998 D even more special in hindsight. At first glance, it may not seem rare. After all, hundreds of millions were minted. But rarity isn't just about how many were made, it's about how many remain in pristine condition. Most of these quarters went into circulation, touched by countless hands, passed through vending machines, pocket change, and daily life. But a few, very few, escaped that fate. Some were carefully stored away, untouched by time. These coins, free from scratches and damage, are graded on a professional scale from 1 to 70. A coin in near-perfect condition, especially at MS68 or higher, is nearly impossible to find. Only a handful of 1998 D quarters have achieved that grade. And that's where the magic happens. In 2022, one of those coins, graded MS68 by a leading certification agency, shocked the numismatic world when it sold at auction for an incredible $82,000. A coin that once jingled in someone's change could now buy a luxury car or cover a year's tuition at a top university. That sale changed how people viewed modern coins and inspired a wave of interest in what might still be hiding in plain sight. But there's another layer to the story. Beyond condition, there's the fascination with error coins, those born from imperfections in the minting process. A misaligned die, a doubled image, a clipped edge, these mistakes, though rare, create one-of-a-kind coins that collectors treasure. While the 1998 D quarter isn't widely known for mint errors, the few that do exist are highly prized. Some show slight misstrikes or off-center designs. Others reveal subtle doubling, making them unique fingerprints in the numismatic world. Coins like these hold a strange power. They feel both accidental and intentional, artifacts of human craftsmanship and machine precision colliding in a moment no one meant to create, but everyone wants to own. More than its rarity, the 1998 D quarter is a piece of American life. Think about how many stories a single coin could hold. It might have helped buy a cup of coffee at a roadside diner. Maybe it was used to pay for a phone call in an emergency. Maybe it sat in a child's piggy bank, saved for something they really wanted. Now, imagine that same coin, untouched, sitting in a collector's case, untarnished, unspent, unchanged. The late 1990s were a turning point. The internet was taking off. The world was preparing for a new millennium. The U.S. Mint was planning a bold experiment in public engagement through its state quarters program, and the 1998 D was the last of the old guard, a symbol of what came before. It stands at the crossroads of tradition and transformation. Collectors are drawn to it not only because of its rarity but because it captures a moment in time. A seemingly ordinary coin with a quiet but powerful story. A story of transition, preservation, and discovery, and here's the beauty of it, that story is still unfolding. Somewhere, another perfect 1998 D quarter might be hiding, in a forgotten roll, tucked away in a desk drawer, sitting unnoticed in a coin jar on a shelf. It's possible. And that possibility is what keeps collectors looking, hoping, searching. So next time you get change at the grocery store or find a quarter on the ground, take a closer look. Turn it over. Check the date. See if there's a small D under Washington's neck. It could be nothing. Or, it could be something extraordinary.